For Biafra must be restored, for there is nothing the enemies can do about it. We have come that the will of the Most High may prevail. Radio Biafra is unorthodox. The way we do things are markedly different from how others do it. We are under divine instruction. We have come that IKECHUKWU may take control of these very proceedings this evening, for we are nothing without him. O Elohim, unto thee we repose all that we are. Do not allow your children, IPOB, to be put to shame. Do not allow us to be devoured by the hands of the wicked. Do not allow us, O mighty one, to fall prey to those who do not know thee. You will deliver us, not because we are righteous, but because of your mercy. Hear our cry and our supplication. We are not armed. We have not killed anyone. We have not jailed anyone. We have not done anything at all to warrant the level of destruction and carnage being visited upon your children. The same way Israel suffered, so is Biafra suffering today. And if you, Elohim, can deliver Israel, so will you deliver Biafra. That is our hope. That is our anchor of everything that we hold dear as a race and as a people. You brought Biafra that light may come into Africa. You gave us hope because we are in a continent of hopelessness. And by thy grace, Biafra shall be restored. We shall be resurrected. We shall crown our efforts with the glory by the grace of the Most High himself. We are not strong. We do not pretend to be strong. All we do is to submit ourselves to your will, that your will may be done upon our lives. We have lost many people. We have lost so many good people. Their sacrifice will never be forgotten. We shall honor them, and for their sake Biafra will come. Israel lost people, and today Israel is here as a beacon of hope in a land filled with darkness. We beseech thee, Elohim, because we are wandering all over the world, hoping against every hope that things will turn around for the better. It has never turned around for the better. Instead, it is getting worse. Please do not abandon your children. You have given us a commission, and we must accomplish it in our lifetime. We have come to honor your holy name. We have come to praise thee. We have come to honor thee, that your name may be glorified, adored, and praised forever and ever. Ise.
Good evening, wonderful people of Biafra. We are live. Today is the 7th of May of the year of our Lord 2023. And my names are still remain Mazi Umeh, and I'm reaching you out here from United Kingdom. And it's approximately 58 minutes on top of the hour. Scheduled this broadcast tonight for 6 p.m. on the dot, so we are earlier than we have scheduled. As I welcome you, please welcome others. Tonight is going to be explosive and is exclusive on Biafra Alpha Power Media International. Fellow comrade and lovers of freedom, I welcome you once again on this wonderful gospel of heaven. As we always say, we're standing in the gap of Radio Biafra, London, because the cabal within have hijacked our mouthpiece, and we have no option but to fit on this gap at this point in time that we are passing through another turbulence in our journey to restore the kingdom of heaven upon the earth. As our leader being incarcerated, he was extraordinary rendition. He was kidnapped in Kenya, if I'm not mistaken, on 19th of June 2021, and tortured for 8 days. And after that, he was blindfolded, back handcuffed like a criminal, and smuggled back into the sea. And the whole world kept silent. And we are saying no to that. Tonight is significant in the lives of IPOB across the globe. A lot has happened, and it's our duty to come here to lay things to bear. We always say that there is no prejudice in what we do here, because it's a clarion call that we must deliver at this point in time on this journey to restore Biafra. Tonight, my monologue will still centered on the issue that bothering IPOB, most especially what transpired in Aba on the 31st of March 2023, that our man was massacred in Aba, and up to death, those that claim to be under the leadership has not told Biafrans what's transpired. But oftentimes, you will have them making in cynical comments that they were disobeyed because Akwarawa Mendi is now with our ancestors. Untimely. But we are saying no to this. As long as this man was found one thing, because they are the people that we are in the beginning planned out this whole protest. They provide the resources. It was gigantic project. Amount of men that was in the street that day wearing white, and only one man was singled out with black trouser and megaphone, which is the Abia state coordinator. And I want to make it abundantly clear tonight. I want Biafrans to ponder into this. Has there been any other protest in Biafra land that anybody, I'm talking about a massive random protest, I'm not talking about 15-minute show of force of our people and they will dispatch themselves. A magnitude of that amount of people that come out on the street that took over 2 hours to walk from Otisoma to Ungwa Road in between the two barracks in Aba. And somebody was on the background shouting that this is ESN, Abia Command in collaboration with IPOB. I just want to let you know that we will not let Aba Massacre slide. Those that involved in this will not get away with it. I think yesterday, the vegetable himself, the chronicle of a saboteur, the enemy at the GateKeepers for a very long time. He never come up on his Facebook wall. This is your leader. He don't share anything in his Facebook wall, but he will come up and tell you they are leadership. They are working underground. IPOB is not a secret court. We are facing a lot, and there's no way. That is why on social media, everything we do is in the open. Onyelu said that Biafra will run, we will debate, everything shall be transparent. And this man has not come out on social media, doesn't do nothing. But I think yesterday, he changed his profile, and I'm going to show you because I wrote him. And I questioned him about what happened in Aba. He never answered me because we bring evidence. We don't just talk. For some of you thinking probably we're talking, I don't pick on people. I don't malign people. The same question, history has repeated himself. I asked the same question to Omiomio in 2016 when the issue hit. Omiomio was being apprehensive because Omiomio attended the meeting but disobeyed Onyendi. He came out to say that he's not going to suspend his comrade. And you dare question Onyendu. The way there's a problem is when you question our leader. People like us will not let you be. I was the first person that asked Omiomio. Because he said, oh, hey, Biafra with a picture. Some people will remember, portrait of Biafran flag. And I asked him, have you done what your master asked you to do? He blocked me. Chikedozie, I don't think he blocked me, but I screenshot that message because I asked him a question and someone responded to me. And none of his media rats can come and encounter what I'm saying because they know it's true. The blood of our people is in their hands and they cannot run away with it. I am not going to dwell too much on this tonight, but there are things I need to say to Biafrans to understand. Subsequent of this program, I'm going to play the Aba massacre, the short video of events that have happened. But my main purpose tonight, as you can see on the screen, is the fraud of $747,000 embezzled by Chikedozie plus Madam Oyibo, aka Lita Eze, and cohort. It shall be laid to bear tonight on Biafra Alpha Power Media. There's no apology to this. This is a long time coming, and this exposition must be done tonight because it's boiled down to our finance. A lot of questions has been asked, and there's no answers. You're not getting no fourth answers is coming. These men have done their agendas, their plan to make sure they stifle IPOB finance. That was their primary agenda. To destroy IPOB within, that was Chikedozia's primary agenda. But as you will know, in this program, there's no prejudice. Because when we come here, that's what I said in my last program, for those that, when I use that word, I said, IKECHUKWU means in the English language that if any man comes to equity, you must come with a clean hand. Okay, your hands cannot be soiled. And you want a fair trial or justice is not going to happen. I want to make some references tonight before I shall play some of their voices. But I'm going to unveil some information tonight, which I know is out there. But it's not the information, it's what you do with it. But I have compiled this evidence against Chikedozie and his gang of criminals. And what they have done with our money. And what have just happened in Germany. The same thing they did. And it's what we're about here to expose tonight. But there's some references I want to make here. You know, what Onyendu was rendition. And there was a meeting. If you guys remember, they said they called Kanu. Kanu is nobody to them. But they did not know. I had one of their media rats that they lamenting that it was like a disgrace to DOS that when Onyendu travel, some board of DOS. DOS is the body that governs IPOB. For some of you don't understand the full meaning, Directorate of State does not own by anybody. It's their body. It will serve and go. DOS remains there. So when you want to identify this, some of these men, call them by their name. Stop using DOS or leadership. None of above. Call Chikedozie. If you want to talk to Chikedozie, address him as an individual. Chikedozie does not run, he doesn't own DOS. I want to make this clear to you people. So when they called that meeting on the 30th of July, and that meeting, China Sanwo suggested that Kanu Takan become the new leader of indigenous people of Biafra. Kanu Takan declined. This is one of the things some of you don't know. Because the way I'm going tonight, I want to open your eyes to see what is happening. You know? And on the 19th of July as well, you know, there's something that on June, 30th of June, if I'm not mistaken, and on 19th of July, and again, Kanu advised Chikedozie to address the issue of finance in America, which is I'm going to open that can warm tonight for a lot of people to see what happened, and Chikedozie kept quiet because we're going to see his memo here tonight. And as well, you know, the issue on the account on Italy again, Kanu advised again on 6th of August. Because remember, China Sanwo was so quick enough to jump on Radio Biafra to say, oh, we call Kanu Takani, Onyendu was playing on the mountain. But you did not know where your leader is, and you're claiming that your leader and you are always dialoguing on things that happened. I want to, you know, take it one at a time. Now, the issue that brought us here tonight is about the $747,000 that was in the former ESN account, the first account ESN owned when the ESN was, you know, fronted and open, made available to the world. The first account individuals start pumping money was Chase Bank. I have the account number of that account. Every information I'm going to show you here tonight is going to be open, and that information after this program with the voice and the document will be posted in Biafra Alpha Power Media Facebook page and UK Media as well. So it is not something that is going to be hidden. A lot of people have this document, but they don't know what to do to it because probably it was all over the place and people are not sure. But now it is more evidential to everybody to see where we are coming from and where we are at the moment, the damage that has been done by these criminals. Chike Doziem, I will remind Biafrans again. In 2015, 2016, when we first have this issue, Onyendu was kidnapped in Lagos, which Onyendu know was going to happen. You say IPOB was underdog. It was Chike Doziem was the only rep across the globe that opened a parallel account in Switzerland. But he could not see the light of the day with it because the then deputy leader would not allow them. And that was one of the things they hated about Uchemonfo, because Uchemonfo was that blocker against all these idiots. They did everything they could, but Uchemonfo said no. I will always reference Uchemonfo because we have not had anyone like him, even though that he fell on the west side, but we'll take a reference from him. Now, there's something I want to play here because I wanna start from where they started orchestrating this evil. China Sanwo-Ora, I want to play his voice on the, I think, 19th of July, or 19th of August or so, when he came to Radio Biafra. And to you to understand that they knew Onyendu suspended every form of protest in Biafra land. And they will still play game with the life of our people. I just want us to listen to this guy a little bit. I want to take it one after another to the finance. Before now, I will come to the main thing that I want because I don't want to. I'm not going to interrupt myself when I start that. So I just want us to listen to their voices. This is China Sanwo-Ora voices. After that, I'm going to play Chike Doziem couple voices. And the voices of him actually coming to Radio Biafra. You know, there's something people have not asked Chike Doziem. Have Chike Doziem told anybody what has happened with Umeh account? I have the voice the day he came to announce Umeh account. But before I start playing these voices, let me start with China Sanwo-Ora's voice first, right? The faceless monk who nobody knows where he is. The last time he wrote something and telling what is it? He was telling Hope Uzodinma and DSS that the boys that they have sent in his location tells you all you need to know. He's actually hiding somewhere in the zoo. To be quite frankly, China Sanwo-Ora is hiding somewhere in the zoo. But you know, our people say that a man who lives by the gun must surely die by the gun. So that thing, you know, some people as well knows it. And those you have, just like what is happening in all this media right now, they're turning around fighting each other. I warned them ahead the day you guys desecrate Afarikwi Bake. As Israel, let His Royal Majesty, let Israel Kanu, the day you people took your shenanigans and defiled that particular sacred place was the day you guys saw the seed of decoy. I did warn the majority of you, said what you guys have done, your generation will not come out of it. You see what is happening now, even though it's a distraction, is a tip of iceberg on what you guys are going to go through. Some of you will naked yourself in the street. Some of you now are begging for money from hospital. Listen, what I'm saying tonight, go and mark it so. Just like what Onyendu said, everything our leader have said have come to pass. I don't say things with that. I said every single one of you have mocked Okukano family, knowingly or unknowingly. You have sowed a seed of decoy, and your generation unborn will reap from it. Go and mark this day. I'm saying this. On a Kuvokad, I'm telling you, is not. I'm not saying it because I want to please anybody. No. I'm saying it because that is what it is right. And the price they have paid is price that it can know is not something you can buy with money. Blood is involved. And anytime blood is evidently is something you don't mess around with. I want to start with China Sanwo-Ora when they started this particular agenda that is seen that is unveiling today. Listen to him, and to you to know that there's no form of protest in Biafra land. Onyendu suspend even gathering Despite that today they still now, you hear majority of them don't talk anymore. Somebody like Nzurumike, even all of them, they don't see their board of coming the Biafra to talk because they know they're now they are zero. They are quite zero important to anybody. People already know that these are a bunch of morons. You know, there's nothing that's said that add up. Only thing they care about is where can they stop IPOB fund and steal what they can steal at a point in time, because all of them now are jittering because they think Onyendu might come out, because they thought our leader would never come out alive. But I want to start from the beginning. Let's listen to China Sanwo-Olu.
Our Media International.
This is an order coming from the IPOB leadership. From now henceforth, every IPOB family protesting in Europe, any part of Africa, our protest will major in the Kenyan embassies. I mean, this is an instruction every IPOB member. This information is coming from the IPOB leadership. Do not ask us what will be the benefit. You have already been going to submit petitions against the extraordinary rendition of our leader, but we are saying this evening, from tomorrow, those who have protests in diaspora, those who can protest in African countries, those who are in the countries where protests are being allowed, every protest should be heading to the Kenyan embassy. From tomorrow, these are specific destinations. If we need to sleep there, we have to sleep there. And we need to let Kenya to understand, because they think they can go away in this extraordinary rendition, this act of terrorism they committed against the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. So I'm calling all Biafrans on behalf of Mazi Umeh and the leadership of IPOB that our destination now for protest specifically is at the Kenyan embassy. Anywhere.
There's something I want to say here. If you listen to this clown, this is when they started all this whole thing, all this shenanigan about leadership or no leadership. When they fell from their plots, now he start mimicking. He's mentioning GateKeepers, he's mentioning leadership of IPOB. My question to every single person that is an IPOB member who understand how IPOB structure is, we have only one central command in IPOB. GateKeepers is holding a position that was given to him. He was appointed by our leader. After a time, they said leadership. You ask yourself, who is the leadership without Mazi Nnamdi? While I'm allowing this to play, I want you to see the tone where this guy emerged from. This particular broadcast was on Radio Biafra on August 19, 2021. That's what allowed it, how all this thing emanated. That's what I want you guys to understand before, because we don't just jump into things without giving you the clue of what happened. Don't just come out and talk anyhow.
The Kenyan embassy is located around the world and our people can protest. We need everybody to be heading to the Kenyan embassy to vent our anger, and the diplomatic measures must be taken. If not, we are going to take this fight far, far, far away than what Kenya is thinking. We have always called on them to reason. Harsher actions will be coming on Kenyans. It might even go to a point that Kenyans will not be allowed to walk in Biafra land freely. But first, IPOB members, we are reasonable people, and we are calling now that they know how the extraordinary rendition our leader from Kenya to Nigeria. We are also asking the request for his repatriation back to Kenya, where his passport is still live, and make sure they send him the country where he is holding their international passport. We are not going to talk much on this, but we are kickstarting with the protest.
There's something I want to say here. When he had him talking about Onyendu's passport, he asked him how did he know, who said that Onyendu passport was still in Kenya. And the same person came to Radio Biafra and accused Kanu that Kanu should tell them where Onyendu was, where they were meant to have meeting with Onyendu on the day Onyendu was kidnapped. Not that they didn't know, all of them knew that Onyendu was in Kenya. But they were trying to play smart. But at the end of the day, if Onyendu passport was not traced back to Kenya to be sent back to his family for them now to establish a case against Kenya, how would we have done that? If that evidence was destroyed, how couldn't have you go about that case? This is something people don't know. But I'm letting you tonight to know. Because that's the genesis of all this whole chaos and mayhem this will have caused within IPOB. And this man that is a pseudo person that we don't know who he when we talk about Jibril, he is number one because we don't know who this guy is. I don't know him. Let's go.
We want every country in Europe to start again, get your permits for those who can get their permits. The instruction is that every one of us that are protesting, even if you are 5 or 6, go to Kenya embassy. The fight continues against the extraordinary rendition of our leader. Number 2, I want to draw the attention of those. There are people who want to backslide in supporting the activities of this great movement, both IPO, the family, and the ESN. There is nothing to worry about. What we have to do is we have to continue paying the support, giving our support in what we are doing. Our leader will be very happy. Our leader will be very, very happy that while he was in the enemy's camp, that everything was moving. If we want him to be happy, those who normally go to see him, those who normally go to visit him, to tell him that IPOB is in a very good shape, that the struggle he left in the hands of this leadership is moving smoothly, and we will make higher moves to make sure he's being released from that Janjaweed dungeon. If you are those who knows the assignment that was given to them by our leader, you continue to carry out your assignment and report to those who you were asked to report to. We are not going to tolerate insubordination. We are not going to tolerate they say that, they say this. Remember, this IPOB leadership, we have the power to suspend you from any time we found you wanted, irrespective of who you are. The IPOB DOS have the power to suspend you, even to dismiss you from IPOB. If you think that we do not have that power, we do not possess that power, go and read the IPOB Code of Conduct. You know, sometimes when some people...
Now, the reason why I'm allowing this guy to speak is because if you listen to him very well, you understand that by this point in time, they don't know what is happening to Onyendu. The information is not yet clear to them, but if you listen to his voice now, he said something about those that if Onyendu have given you assignment. So he was aware there's a specific people Onyendu has given assignment. And those people should be allowed to carry on their assignment. Now, he's talking then because then they have not understood Onyendu's fate. Until now, the DSS told them that this man is not going to come out alive. Because if you listen to here, this is where they started. This is where the whole hashing started. Now, from now, they started threatening people and is referring you to code of conduct, as if you know the code of conduct. Over time, had him said that the code of conduct said that when Onyendu is not there, Chikerism takes over. There's no any paragraph in code of conduct that said he was saying all this off heart, thinking that it will bamboozle people, thinking that we don't know what our code of conduct entails. But the reason why I'm allowing this because I have to explain this before I get to where I'm going tonight. But let me allow him to finish.
People try to grow stubborn. We know we are dealing with difficult people. We are ready to implement those things. without looking who you are or what you represent in this struggle. The most important thing is you must respect that command and control. Without the command and control, we will not get where we are today.
And very, very ethical. It's very important because I want to interject to respect command and control. Command and control start from our leader, which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu respect to the letter. And that is where we have an issue. He's making these references and excluding himself because he sees himself as a leadership and asks him who he is. The leadership took you from the bottom to the top, from top to bottom. Now, if you now openly, refuse to implement Onyendu's orders, what does that tell you? I want us to think about what is happening and what he has said. Because he has said a lot and he forgotten things I've said in the past. Forgotten that there's people that kept those information for them. At a very good time, will serve it to them very cold.
So for those who are raising funds officially approved by our leader, and you are raising it in support of ESN, go ahead, as long as you inform those in the finance.
Like I said, on this note, they have not known the fate of our leader. You see that he said those are raising fund officially authorized by our leader. By this point in time, they have not known Onyendu's fate. We've been in this same script in 2016. By this time, they have not told them that Onyendu is going to come dead or alive. But when it's clear to them now, you see them with impunity. You can hear him here saying it. Because there's a division of labor in IPOB. Which in this code of conduct, this clan is talking about, the only thing that mentioned there specifically, Chikedozie never, not of direct, nobody else mentioned in our code of conduct, only Onyendu and our finance. Very clear in our code of conduct.
From the HOD, those who knows who will approve those things. Not everybody in the DOS have the right to approve those things.
Now, he said not everybody in the DOS will approve that, but today he himself is approving to raise fund. Because after Austin Abani now, even Chikedozie have the temerity to come to the Biafra to designate him as someone that if you want to raise fund for the ESN, that he must contact Austin Abani. Ask me, what concern Austin Abani with our fund? Onyendu have shouted over the years that he does not want men close to our fund. You talk about command and control. You're not implementing what your leader have told you to do. Then how do you want your subordinate to listen to what you're saying to them? And you're saying they're autopilot. You people orchestrated autopilot the day you guys defile Onyendu. Words. That is the originator of where we are today. A lot of people are in disarray because of your single disobedience to our leader.
Keep the HOD informed, keep the people in finance informed, and then you can be able to raise funds to support this struggle. That is one thing you have to know. Our people must continue to give that support. Do not say because...
Okay, now it's very important that some of you listen to what this faceless monk coaching us and what he's talking about. I allow him to play, but this is where they started hatching their evil. Then he was talking without not knowing where our leader fates are. But once they clear that Onyendu is not gonna come out alive, then they take the bull by the horn. So I'm not gonna waste too much time because time is ticking. Now, I'm talking about finance tonight and to expose the fraud committed in our former ESN account and the Umweri account. Umweri account is still a question mark. Up to today, nobody know how much was realized in Umweri account. Chikedozie bastardized IPOB command and control and is destroyed our finance. Even to the one that just happened in Germany. But I want to give it to you tonight. What transpired in America. Because some of you had when they were talking about Madam Nyanya, they said, this same woman, what is it called? Because all of them was together. Nelly and Rita Eze, all of them was in the same team. They planned it, including even Simon Ekpa. All of them, because they know they campaign vigorously against Madam Nyanya because they know this is the only person standing against them. Just like Uche did in 2015. They said all manner of things. But let me shock you tonight. The money they were talking about, they said that ask Madam Nyanya. Madam Nyanya does not It doesn't have access view to the account in America, which the reason why that account only requested that money transfer to LLC was Riteze will give Madam Nenyanya account login in the afternoon. In the morning, she will log her off. Onyendu came to, I think, talk to this last broadcast he made, saying that some people are holding our money. Not those two men that eat out $70,000. Now, and I have somebody confiding in me that it was the money, but the woman said yes to Onyendu. But I think all of them knew that Onyendu was going to extraordinary rendition. That is why the woman said yes. And a couple days later, because Onyendu was meant to have meeting with these people the same day. Riteze was calling Onyendu. The same Madam Oyibo was calling Onyendu. All of them was aware. They were calling Onyendu and they know that Onyendu was in Kenya because they are the people that was sending Onyendu money to Kenya. They all know where our leader was. Not just Kanu and his secretary. All of them knows where Onyendu was. So the money in question was this somewhere around 47,000. But Chikereze never said this. And now they say it's the money in Germany, which Chikereze is still hunting today. But ironically, Chikereze never mentioned this 747,000 to Biafrans. Not for one day. There's a damning report. I mean, in front of Chikereze never reacted to it. This lunatic that lives in Maryland, they call Donald. Remember that Donald, now they're backsliding on each other. I mentioned his name here because I remember Mazi Umeh brought that clan first in the program. And the day I was sitting in the program with the guy, my speed does not accept that guy. SH gave him two opportunities when he was talking about Ogbuefi. He said, can I bring Ogbuefi in the program so both of you can now talk before us? He said no. Now, this Riteze, all this document I'm going to unveil tonight, he have Mazi Umeh forwarded all this document to this individual. He said he was going to kill her, he's going to jail her, he's going to do all these things was nonsense. And the end of the day, he did nothing. What he did was he was one that orchestrated to them to go and shut German's account. What does that tell you? But 747,000 was she among this criminal. It was after this money Simon Ekpa started calling them DOAs a criminal because all of them was together. All of them was aware of this money before they created the new Umeh account. All of them collected, all of them cashed out on Umeh account. Have anybody asked how much was realized in Umeh account? Chikedoziem said is the job of Directorate of State, which I want to start by pulling up that memo before I will start playing Chikedoziem one or two voices before I go into the main thing that I'm here for. Now, I want to read the one paragraph here only because I don't have time to be doing all of this, but I have to do it. Now, if we look at this particular memo that Chikedoziem, I don't know what it is. If it's a letter sent to Madam Nenyanya, I don't have a clue. But I can tell you that he said, and I think on the fourth paragraph, he said, having regard to the fact that it is the responsibility of the Directorate of State of Indigenous People of Biafra to ensure that funds contributed by IPOB worldwide are not misappropriated for whatever reason. Very, very good. And I agree with you on that. If you are doing that solely, that is for IPOB. But guess what? Can somebody ask Chikedoziem tonight? 747,000 US dollars that was in our former ESN account. Chikedoziem, have you ever come out to tell Biafrans about this fund and what transpired in that account? Have you told Biafrans what happened on the Umeh account up to today? Nobody knows how much was realized in that account. But you quickly now, all this you've done, stifle IPOB finance worldwide. In United Kingdom here, which I'm part of, first ESN we did here, 38,000 pounds. Nobody know where that money is. 10,000, he ordered the so-called financial secretary in UK here to move 10,000 Umeh the account. Nobody know how much went to that account. He said it is your responsibility. And we want to know because now people are asking questions. Because what happened in Germany was a fraud. He sent Chinedu Collins, the expelled criminal in Germany, now to go into IPOB worldwide account, perpetrating fraudulent activities till the bank now shut the account down, and now you're requesting to move the fund. But he never talk about what 747,000 or even to tell us how much realized in Umeh account that you announced already with Biafra and what they have done with it. None of above that has happened. So my question tonight and what I want to bring to Biafran's attention tonight is this. I want you to listen to Chikedoziem, how involved himself in finance, one or two voices. Then I'm going to pull up the memo. I'm going to pull up the document, and with the voice of Madam Oyibo, because this is not just only document. This came with voice to back it up. This is a report that was sent to Chike Doziem. Chike Doziem ignored it. Chike Doziem never said anything concerning this issue, even though Kanu told him, I think on the 19th of July, to go and sort out the issue in America. He did nothing. So let's listen to a couple of his voices, how he started meddling into our finance. Whereas Onyendu have said it. Chike Doziem, for one day, he has not meddled into media. Chukwudi Oforma is in charge of media. Even when they instructed Simon Ekpa to go in Biafra, he said he got that message, but he waited for Chukwudi Oforma. Question tonight, Chike Doziem, why are you interested in IPOB finance? And the ones that they have given you, even all the money Madam Anya you requested from Madam Anya, you cannot give account of it. That's where the problem started. You request more money, and at the end of the day, that money has no clear picture and evidence of what the money has been used for. At least it happened in the United Kingdom here. We have numerous of them, so it's not something that far-fetched. Let's start with a couple of your voices where you start meddling.
In USA, no longer.
Biafra Alpha Power Media International.
In USA, no longer ESN account in Italy, because those in Italy, when they tell us that there are restrictions on how much you can move out of it, and when we know that these young men and women that are protecting our land, they will need every logistic that will help them do their job. If we cannot utilize the fund we have in Italy, for example, because of restrictions, then it does not make sense that we continue to put our funds in there. That is simple reasoning. That makes simple common sense. Therefore, every IPOB family in Europe, from henceforth, your ESN, and I reiterate, ESN funds go direct to our account in the United States of America.
Media International.
I wish to make this evening for everyone, and some of them will be just for me to reiterate them, but for us not only to hear them, but to act upon them, to work as directed. Number one, the Eastern Security Network, every fund that concerns ESN, every contribution that is made for the purposes of the Eastern Security Network, whether be it in Europe, in Asia, in North America, in South America, in Australia, all of these funds must go to the ESN account in the United States of America. And that account information has been made available to IPOB families worldwide. I wish to repeat that every fund pertaining to ESN worldwide must go without exception to the ESN account opened with the name Umeri, Aroli, and Arodi in the United States of America. Please, Principal Star Lance, take note. Financial Officer, take note.
Now, it's very, very important. I hope everybody's following me as I go forward. This is a Chike Doziem announcing Umeri Arodi account to Biafrans. Up to today, Chike Doziem is chasing the IPOB worldwide account in Germany which is closed, is shut down with his fraudulent activities. But Chike Doziem have not come and tell Biafrans how much was realized in Umeri account that he announced. That is where he want ESN money to go to. Till tomorrow morning, nobody knows how much was recovered in that particular account. I'll leave it to that because, as like I said, there's no prejudice here.
Our Media International.
this, and this one, the head of finance clicks take note. Any family, anybody who wishes to raise funds for ESN must receive authorization. And this is how the authorization will go. If you are country A, for example, even the liaison group, if they want to raise funds for ESN, they must inform the head of finance, and the head of finance must inform me, Mazi, and I will give a written confirmation that they will go ahead and raise that fund. Failing which, if you are invited to any fundraising, ask those who invited you, did you receive a signed authorization to raise this fund? Because we can no longer be raising funds and people are not remitting those funds to where they are supposed to be remitted. So, I will repeat this very instruction. If you are a country, if you have made arrangement to raise funds for ESN, you inform the head of finance, and the head of finance will inform me, Mazi Umeh, and I will give authorization simply stating that this country has been authorized by the head of directorate to do what? To raise funds for ESN. And that fund, if when it is raised and you cannot put it in ESN account in USA, then you will not get that authorization in the first place.
Okay, now, this is encountering Madam Anya's orders. And IPOB, even our leader, have never for one day come on radio talking about the finance, because this is a communique that should have gone between the two directorates within the IPOB chain command. But because there was something he was trying to, prove, and which now is open to everybody, when he started encountering Madam Anya's order, even Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our spirit leader for one day, have never encountered Madam Anya. What makes you a unit is that even though someone make mistake, you just have to settle it internally. But you act as one unit. But this is where the division started building up. This is where he started encountering Madam Anya. But we never saw this in the media because all of them are in the same boat. So I'm going to stop here with his voice, but I think everybody have listened to Chike and what he have done. I've got one or two videos again I want to play, but I want to come into the main thing that has brought me here tonight, which is the fraud committed by, I'm going to put it up on the screen for everybody to see. Now, as you can see the cover of this, it deems the fraud committed by Chike and Madam Oyibo, in bracket, Rita or Eze, plus their cohorts. In 19th of July, 2021, the fraud committed by Chike and Madam Oyibo and his cohort. So I want Biafrans to follow me on this because it's very, very important. Now, this is the chronicle. This is the two paragraph on this. This particular article was written on the 24th of January 2023 by one of the auditors in the Biafra Alpha Power Media, and it's titled "The Enemy at the Gate." Collins Chinedu. Collins Chinedu was the willing tools of the evil cabal. This guy, they used him in Germany. This is the guy they used to shut IPOB worldwide accounts in Germany. I'm not going to be reading this article. This particular document is going to be made public in our Facebook page, in Biafra Alpha Power Media, and UK Media, and the audio, they are going to be made available there together. We're going to post it there together. So this is the, I know probably some people didn't read this article, but it was on 21st of January when we reminded the criminal Collins, the willing tools of the enemy. He's the evil cabals have used, and at the end of the day, what they have done. Now, a question has been asked, who actually shut IPOB account down in Germany? So the first page and second page was that particular article. Now, is looking at this now. This is the guiding principle Madam Oyibo wrote to Chike Doziem, which Chike Doziem agreed on in total of whatever the woman has written. This guiding principle is giving Madam Oyibo the power to take over IPOB. I want you guys to follow me as I'm going to read the first paragraph of this, but they say the following principle will guide the activities of IPOB until further notice. This is now. Madam Oyibo is writing to Chike Doziem. This is what he's writing to the Directorate of State. Somebody claiming that is leading you. Now, directed by my client, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the Supreme Leader of Indigenous People of Biafra. He said all ESN contribution, donation, fundraising, monthly maintenance, including but not limited to ESN money in the Italy. This thing how they plan to kill IPOB overnight, because this is the initial plan. Some of you don't know that what is happening today was written. And who wrote this thing, that all the things that Chike Doziem is implementing today is in a black and white document. That's what I'm reading to you. Because I will give it to Biafran students to see that whatever you see transpire in IPOB today was something pre-planned. This is what Rita Eze, the guiding principle, the moment the Onyendu was extraordinary rendition. So now, it's a money in Italy account from IPOB worldwide account goes into the US national account under US Financial Department. Guess what? That account was where the 747,000 that he shut down. Madam Oyibo shut that account down and withdrew all the money, and they shared that money among themselves. It's on this document here. So now it goes on, which IPOB worldwide ESN central account till further notice, every contribution including but not limited to ESN, not limited to monthly due from IPOB North American Continental goes directly to the same account, US account, managed by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, appointed finance officer until further notice. You ask yourself, who is this person that is finance officer in IPOB? We have only one head of finance, which is Madam Nnamdi. The US 4th region will be supervised by Mazi Ndubisi Ejase. The IPOB US Central Regional Coordinator, to ensure that all regional coordinators are in compliance till further notice. IPOB Head of Finance should limit her contacts to the National Financial Department of each country, and must not have any direct contact with any IPOB state, zonal, and unit financial officers of any country. Now, Madam Oyibo is redirecting Madam Nnamdi, which is the head of finance of IPOB. And this is the guardian principle that was sent to Chike Doziem, your head of Directorate of State. He had nothing to it. He said nothing to it. Now, he goes further to say, account statement, spreadsheet, donors list, or any IPOB document must be given to the IPOB Asset and Fund Recovery Officer, which is Neri Ofebu. Do you see how this whole thing started? So this plan was not something they had today. This is from the beginning. So this guiding principle was put in black and white, and this is the same guidance principle Chike Doziem is going to tomorrow morning. Like he was pretending I didn't know about Neri Ofebu, but he was here black and white. So when demanded, or else that the account will be audited and closed if there is misappropriate of IPOB fund. But they closed that account. 747,000 was it? We don't know where the money is. Every fundraising activities must appoint by the IPOB Finance and Auditing Department. He asks, who are these people? Who are these people? We don't know who these people are until further notice. He said Rita Eze, Isi, is a deemed and authorized representative and has the authority to manage all financial operations, sign executive documents and contracts in the name of IPOB and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu without any further authorization by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Also, all document drafts or final must be sent to BWGG, which is the one they deem as the lobby group in America, which all of these documents are here, via email until further notice. BWGG email has been provided to the appropriate office in IPOB. This is order in the effect until further notice. And they say, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, writ Eze Isi authorized representative, signed on 17/19/2021. You ask yourself, when was Onyendu was renditioned? Did you see that our leader was rendition? I think it's June. Is it not June 19th? He was kidnapped in Kenya, and all these things is taking place on the 19th of July. That's 7/2021. He said after receiving this letter, because this conversation is between our former U.S. National Financial Secretary, which her name is going to come up here. So, and you can see there's something that written that said, after receiving this information, I sent her a message through WhatsApp, listed the text message conversation, and took place between Madam Oyimbo and myself. So, our sister, the former financial secretary, and her name is Latina McPeters. She's the one that put this damning report together and sent to Chike Doziem, itemized what happened in America, which Chike Doziem ignored and moved forward and still open a parallel fraudulent account, which is Umeh account. Up to today, Chike Doziem have not told you how much was recovered. Now, this particular thing, that's why it is being highlighted. It would be easy for you to read, because this email was sent on July 2020. On July 20, 2021, I received email from Madam Oyimbo. It was an email written to Chike Doziem with the attachment, which I have listed. The attachment is there, an email sent by Madam Oyimbo, then reads, attachment is the document I was referring to in the email. Until you yesterday night, I noticed that you send our leader part of this instruction to our IPOB family via Facebook. I was waiting to receive our leader's instruction via my email that proved to you. Unfortunately, due to your choice of delivering this important memo to me, I do not get the memo till late last night from one of our IPOB brother, Mazi Azubike Nwadele, sent by Latina McPeters from USF Financial Secretary. Attachment, it has been received. All the attorneys involved. Attached is your own copy. IPOB Head of Directorate of State shared on the IPOB Principal Officers. Also, here is the national account as directed by the leader of indigenous people of Biafra, by his attorney. This is a direct order from Madam Oyimbo, in bracket Rita Eze. So this is an email, and who is explaining this thing is our sister, Latina McPeters, and this is the account statement. It's not a lot of stuff I'll be going through here. And now it come down here. It said the acknowledgement of, because I think she went to take an affidavit or whatnot concerning this money that she has got know nothing about this money. And he said after meeting, I called Madam Oyimbo back and asked her if she was just saying that because of the meeting, or if what she said was true. She informed me that we still have 95,000 left in our account, according to what she said, that was going to be deposited into the new account, but only 65,000 was deposited into the new account. The image below reflected to the new account deposited 65,000 between 19 July 2021 and July and 22 on the 22nd. Okay. Now, Latina McPeters sworn an affidavit to say that she did not know anything concerning this fund, because this fund was stolen by Madam Oyimbo and Chike Doziem and his cohort. So the young lady have to sworn on her affidavits to prove herself innocent. This is the company's, this is the corporation document concerning this company and how they registered before they opened the account. Now, here is our sister still lamenting on the email during the meeting. She just explained that all these things highlighted in the meeting. Madam Oyimbo stated that we don't have enough fund. We don't have the fund for paying for multiple lawyers. We are currently paying any law firm that I am aware of here in the United States. What she was referring to is the lobbying firm that our leader supposedly hired. She also assured us that the lawyers that our leader hired are doing excellent job. After that time, I asked Madam Oyibo the name, and now asked about the name. So now this is the letter to DOS. This is the letter that our sister sent to DOS. You know, I think this is in the 12. This is the 12 pages of this document. He said, "Dear DOS, my name is Latina McPeters, IPOB National Financial Secretary. Thank you for taking the time to read this important that I have put together myself. I believe in being transparent with our members on the process that we have made thus far as organization. I also wrote this report to our members, aware of the embezzlement that have been taking place by Madam Oyibo to clear my name of any wrongdoing against IPOB. Our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, as a financial secretary for IPOB, I was under impression that my job was to gather fund monthly financial spreadsheet from all states that have numbered with the information that was given to me by each state, the information from our IPOBUS.org and the national account. I was to compile this information on the spreadsheet and give it to Madam Nnamdi, which our leader authorized. Madam Nnamdi is the only financial head we have. By no later than the 15th of every month, I was never asked to do any monthly, quarterly, or even an annual report of the funds that were sent, which I will explain later. Due to the limited of my position and the trust that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had for Madam Oyibo, I had no reason to suspect any form of fraud to be going on. The first time I became suspicious is when Madam Oyibo and I had a meeting with an inventor of the potential project that, if funded, could have benefited this revolutionary cause greatly. It was during this meeting she made it very clear that we do not have any fund to sponsor the project. This was alarming to me because between the months of February, June 2021, there was estimated of 747,000 that was transferred to the ending account. Now, on the right, we see 747,000, and this report was sent to Chike Edoziem, and it goes on. So our sister goes on to lament, which we're going to make this available to every sundry for you to read by yourself. The question you should be asking Chike Edoziem: why are you never ever mention this particular incident to Biafrans? An amount of money that went down in our America former ESN account. Never any time did you mention about this fund to anybody. And our former national US financial secretary, Latina McPeters, did put a succinctly, damning report, send out across to leadership. And you have it unknown on your memo. This memo that you sent in to Madam Nnamdi, which you have not made public, that it is your responsibility. And we are asking tonight, what happened with the 747,000? Now, there's a lot in this, but the only good thing about this particular information is that the letter our sister wrote to Chike Edoziem stops here. Yeah, in this paragraph 15. You will find it from 12 to 15, which is itemized there. You know what I mean? So even the WhatsApp conversation is there. Now, this is WhatsApp conversation because of the time. I'm going to still take another 30 minutes. I need to play that voice here for everybody to listen to. And this is the law firm, which is Bruce Firm, law firm, and the amount of money they were paying. Everything was here. It's listed below as information that I was able to find out about the lobbying firm. Madam Oyibo stated that IPOB obtained the service of BWGG LLC lobbying firm before our leader Mazi Umeh Kanu kidnapping by the Kenyan government on 19th of June 2021. On August 7th, there was a Zoom meeting calling by the head of IPOB women, INC, to discuss the retainer for the international lawyers, names Bruce Fames, and known as international lawyer, as has the firm listed publicly, has been practicing law for over 40 years. I'm just going through this, and this is what you can find. They don't even have a website, according to the lady. Only what they have is LinkedIn. So all these things is here, and she stated them and the amount of money that was paying. And at the end of the day, she still goes on and talk about how most of distinguish between. So she said a lot, and the money that was spent is there. Every single thing is highlighted for you to go through, you know, because of time. And now this is IPOB North America internal memo they wrote. You know, North America Regional Coordinator wrote on February 22, 23, 2022. This is something they written, you know, even till today. Before Chikedozen come out and talked about Madam Nenya and Nelly Ofebu, he could not do that because all of them was in one accord. So, and this is where it stopped. There's an internal memo from 23, if I'm not mistaken, it was from 24 to 27. So this is the whole document that was involved in this whooping 747,000. And now the ironic thing about this whole thing is that it didn't end there. There is a voice note in corroborating with this particular fraud that went on. So I'm going to let that voice note play. I think it's about 22 minutes, and I'm going to allow it to play in this program before we make it available, and I will say something. So definitely this program is going to be 1 hour 30 minutes. It's going to be 1 hour 30 minutes. So there's no need. It's going to take that time, and I'm going to allow it.
Our Media International.
Hi, sweetheart. I'm so sorry. You know my phone. I know you understand. Okay, luckily, the person that called me, honey, I have been very frustrated. You see, since yesterday, I'm honestly very frustrated. So maybe if I found somehow, some certain things I don't have. But right now, thank God that you said what you said. So when the person that called me, I asked him the question. I said, I have one of our financial secretary, national financial secretary, asking me, there has to be, please correct me if I'm wrong, because I answered the question that I asked you based on what I know. But correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. What you are asking me is that you want to know, you want to have or see the document that gave me authorized representative. Is that what you're looking for, honey?
Yes, the one that was the one that the lawyer gave you.
Yeah, the one that they have to give me that authorization. Okay,
yes,
good.
Yes.
Because when you asked me the question, I said to you, my answer there was more for me and you. That my dear sister, all we know is that we are financial secretary and the financial treasurer. Whatever they gave me is what I gave you. And what I give you is what I have. But you were asking me about the document that actually that can prove that I am the one that there was authorized.
Right. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. No. That's not the one. See, in our meeting, after we had that meeting, remember after the meeting, the emergency meeting we had with the lawyer, after he made all of that stuff in the statement, you said, can you please give that to me in a memo? He was supposed to give you that in a memo, in a header from his attorney, from that attorney's office.
Okay, if that's what you're looking for.
Yes,
He didn't give
because
me,
that's it. I have been getting harassed by my members asking me for this information because nobody wants to put it. It's just I can't show. I can show them the information you gave me. I can show them that information, but right now it's like.
Okay, listen to me now. Let me tell you. I asked that question because I did not want to do anything without putting in writing. He said, yes, there is something put in writing. So after the meeting, my dear sister, the man called me and said, where is your email? And he wanted the email. Well, he has the email of the other lawyer because they are supposed to receive the same thing. And those are supposed to receive the same thing. I gave my email. They have the lawyer email. So he checked that thing. And I was like waiting for the memo. I never received. So
who made up the memo?
Listen, let me finish so you can understand me. Then I gave him my email and the lawyer's email. So when I called him, when I waited for him like on Monday, Nene went on the air. After the meeting, I'm still promoting the liaison. I got so upset. I called them again. I said, where is the who's supposed to be sending the? I thought you're supposed to send me the something that I can use to go and open the account. He said yes. And look at how, that's when he started explaining to me that that draft will come to me after those who put it in the IPOB this thing and sign it. That's when he's going to give me that signed one because of what is going on with him in Nigeria, he cannot use his own whatever to write him. All he did was that he writes a draft of what our leader wants, send it to a dossier, tell a dossier to take that draft. That draft does not have his letterhead or anything. Take the draft and put it in IPOB letterhead and sign it, then give his own copy to use to make an account and give the lawyer the own copy to keep for our leader. That's what. Then they continue to do up and up, never do it.
Right, so who wrote the, wait a minute, that's what I'm saying, wait a minute. So who wrote the memo that you gave me? If you haven't been able...
Let me tell you what happened. When a dozen could not do that, then I was crying because some people were calling me and cussing me out. Some people were abusing me and threatening and all that. I started on Sunday of that week. I honestly was heartbroken and crying. I called the Jaffa and I called the US, the lawyers. I was crying on the phone. I said, I don't know what to do. Those years have not given me the paper and I have not opened the account. Many of my people are very confused. People are cutting me out. I don't know what else to do. That's when the lawyer in USA told Jaffa, there is something our leader signed with us that gave Madam Oyibo authorized representative. And Jaffa said, really? If I knew that such a thing was there, I wouldn't even go through a dossier. I would go through you guys. Because the only reason why I went to a dossier was we are trying to use IPOB letterhead. If I knew that I saw that the dossier would be because as the HOD, so he can find it and start standing it. That's the only reason why he went to a dossier. So the lawyer, Jaffa, told the lawyer in USA, activate it. Please activate it. So they are the ones that activated this because...
Okay, so the lawyers here in America are the ones that did it.
Activated it, yes.
Okay. What? They sent you a letter.
With both of them.
Right, okay.
And this thing.
Right, so that means that... All right, so that means that they had a document...
Fellow comrade, it's a conversation between Madam Oyibo and our former U.S. National Financial Secretary, Latina McPeters. The document I show you comprises of that young lady doing a very damning report against what Madam Oyibo did. Now, you could see when Madam Oyibo is arguing with her, because I'm gonna allow her to say something here, but I don't want to allow it talking. People who understand the conversation, what the conversation is all about. Is about from the beginning of the guardian principle that I read. That is where all this whole thing started from. And Ejiofor name came in because Ejiofor is the engineer. Ejiofor is the one actually leading them. Now, they will continue. But the account that they're talking about now, the document to give her the right to open an account, when they have shut the former ESN account with 747,000, nobody know what the money was used for, was Umeh the account. Which Chikedozie, even she's saying here that Chikedozie did not give her the letter of letter heading for IPOB to open the account, whatnot. But at the end of the day, Chikedozie accepted that Umeh the account, came to the Biafra and announced it. I will allow them to continue talking. Just to see the damage what these people have done to IPOB.
That was signed, that was on a letterhead for the lawyer.
By our leader. There is a document they have that's signed by a leader that gave that to represent.
Okay, the affidavit. It was where's the affidavit? You're talking about the affidavit.
So that's what, based on what you said now, Madam Latina, I only want you to please understand the whole story so that you cannot get confused and you're thinking that I have something that I'm not telling you, I'm not answering you. I'm telling you what I know. Now, please, after this story, you're going to tell me that you understand what I mean. Please, or you're going to say what you understand. So I'm 100% sure that you understand what I mean. It was the only reason that made these lawyers, the four of them, to even do anything else because our people were calling me on Friday and they were calling me all kind of name. Some people record something and some people are confused. Some people were saying, where are we going to put the money? I didn't know what to do. I started calling Ejiofor and calling this lawyer. They were all in line. I was crying and said, if you guys want to help me now, help me. Because I don't know what else to do. I do not know. I don't know why Edosia has not signed the paper for me to go and open an account. They keep delaying it. So this is when the lawyer in USA said there is something, information that's signed by our leader that gave me authorized representative. So immediately Ejiofor heard that. Ejiofor said, if I knew that such a thing is, I would not go through a dossier because Ejiofor had been calling a dossier every day. And the dossier keeps saying tomorrow. So now we know a dossier doesn't want to do this. So the lawyer said, okay, you need to activate that authorized representative so that Madam Umeh can now sign for our leader. Because our leader is not signing for since our leader gave him authorization with the signature of our leader. So Madam Umeh can go sign for our leader and use that paper to be able to open an account. And that's what they did. And that's how I get the thing. Okay? So, because remember.
Right. So if that's what. Wait a minute. But that's what was given to you. Where is that information? Can you send it to me?
Which information?
The one that
gave me authorization.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I'm telling you now. So long as the lawyer says yes, you can go to Department of Justice. You can go. It's actually official document that is in the Department of Justice, IPOB. If you go there, you will see it. And I told him to send me the link, and he said he's gonna send me the link.
Wait a minute. Who wrote the document that you gave me? Is what I'm asking.
Is the draft though? The draft was given to Edozie and the lawyers and the lawyers in USA.
Right, but how did you get it? Because you say you were still waiting for him to give it to you. This is what's not making no sense to me.
Okay, see, that's the point. You are not listening to me. Please.
I am listening.
Let me say that again. The document was written by our lawyer. Our leader's lawyer in Biafra land. That document, that draft was done. But our leader wanted the draft to be sent to Edozie and to the lawyers in USA. I find out why Anita did that. Because when Edozie finally sent a letter out, Edozie cut it off and on and sent the one that wasn't complete. But Edozie does not know that our leader gave the same identical information to the lawyer in USA.
Right.
Do you know?
Biafrans, I hope that everybody's listening. We're going to make this note open to a lot of people. This document has been out for a long time, but he's analyzing it. Everybody should understand the role Ejiofor have played in damaging IPOB. You see, when the young lady is asking question, these people are petty 419ers. Madam Oyibo cannot answer a straight question. When he says someone give you a power of attorney, it must be legally approved that Onyendu gave you a power of attorney to side on his behalf. That's what she's trying to explain. And the young lady is asking him, can you send me that particular power of attorney? Now it's going back and forth, mentioning Chikedozium, mentioning Ejiofor, because this is how they fabricated all this story. They, all of them were in it together because they have shared the 747,000. If Chikedozium was not involved, why would Chikedozium announce who made the account? Whereas this particular information was given to Chikedozium. Why? Very simple question. Let's continue listening to Latina because Madam Oyibo, I wouldn't want to listen to her for even a second.
So that's what the lawyer in USA gave you. So that's
cutting it off, not saying it. So when Edozie was not willing to do what our leader said, then these people made, because they have information already. They have the information. So they brought the information and give it, put it without giving the information. The information will now put in the, what do you call it, in the letterhead or whatever, which knows all that the information that you see there was identical with what Edozie has. But Edozie did not know that our leader gave it to the USA attorneys. He thought he was the only one he got. So he was basically blackmailing and delaying, thinking that he's the only one that has the information. So when it dawns on Ejiofor that Edozie is playing games. And when I called them and crying, that's when this lawyer was said that to activate, because they already had the draft. They said, now let's activate. Ejiofor said, activate that to represent whatever representative. So if anybody wants to know whether it's true or not that our leader actually put my name as the whatever representative, the person
is an eyesore. The woman does not even know what our leader made her and what gave her the power, even though to represent, to say he's standing on the gap of our leader. But the ironic thing is that even though all of them are together, nobody trusts Chikedozium. Chikedozium is a snake. Now, it's clear here that the woman said that Ejiofor was one that asked her. I want to interject so that people will not forget what we are here for. This is a conversation between the former U.S. National Financial Secretary and Rita Eze, Madam Oyibo, that embezzled 747,000. And they open Umeh account. Nobody knows how much went into that account. But now she's narrating what happened because this young lady was born in America. It doesn't have our mentality. Even she went ahead to took an affidavit that she doesn't know anything about what happened to this particular money in case of tomorrow. Because even in America, even if you inherit money, there's a tax attached to it that she didn't know anything. She has to sworn an affidavit in state where she lives. All these documents we're going to make them available. But now, continue listening to them because I have to interject to explain for those that don't understand. But it's going to be available for everybody to listen to.
The guy just said you can go to the official website of the Department of Justice, IPOB. You're gonna see it there. Leader signed it and he said whatever that it was said in this document. It says it's there. So this is how I get it, honey. Because this is how I get it. Because otherwise, Edozie still has not given me. But unfortunately for Edozie, he did not know that these people has it too. The lawyer has it.
Who drove to get the affidavit signed?
Eh?
Who was it? What is it? Electronic? You got it off the thing. You got it off the site.
This information was given to me. I have to, because I'm supposed to sign for our leader. So if you're notarizing something, you have to go physical and they take your information to sign. So I get information from them. I went over there, I looked for the notary place, and they take all my information, they notarize it, So that will give me an opportunity to sign. So immediately I did that, I took the same paper and went to the bank and used it to open an account. Okay. Because that's the only thing I used to open an account.
Right. Well, as of
those still have not given me anything.
Right. Okay, and I understand that, but as of now, it looks like you have been acting all on your own. There's no documentation. You haven't. This is what I'm talking about. You know. Oh, Jesus. I need.
Honey.
No, this is how it looks. It looks like this is literally how it looks. Like if there's no information coming from the outside, and the information that you have is something.
This is one thing. When people came out to do something from their heart, this is a young girl that was born in America, joined the struggle with all her heart. You can see how this manipulator, all these petty 419ers, how frustrateful this young girl is crying. How are you gonna get our youth to join the struggle? She cannot make a straight comment. Chike is indicted because all said and done here, after this whole saga, the document in question, the account in question was Umeh account. After the 747,000 in our previous ESN account, they closed and took all the money. Now, question is, Chike was aware because a Jofo instructed Madam Oyibo to go ahead and falsify the signatory and open the account. From the back, he tells Chike go to Radio Biafra and announce it, which he did. Let's continue because we're going to finish listening to this.
That you got and went and had done by yourself. It looks like you are acting.
It's not me that get it and do myself. The lawyers did it and give it to me.
Right, but why? So if they, where's the? That's what I'm saying. If the lawyers did it, where's their copy? Because the thing is, the copy that you sent me was done in Maryland. Is that where our lawyers are?
Honey, the lawyers will do something and send it to me.
I do understand because I've gotten documentations. I've gotten. Right. It's on a letterhead. Usually when it's coming from a lawyer's office, it's on a letterhead from that lawyer's office with that lawyer's name.
I hope everybody's listening. It's very important tonight. This young lady is anything coming from lawyer office, he come with like, just like Nnamdi Jofo memo came with a letter heading. Up to today, Jofo have not come out to dispute it or to actually to confirm it. Just like the tweet Ejimako sent. I want you guys to understand the damage Jofo have done in IPOB. Very, very important.
On it, and it's a memo.
We don't want it to be in our IPOB letterhead. It is not what
I understand that, but for your and I, that's for our regular. That's for the members. That's for the members in a regular letterhead coming from his lawyer. But for you and I, we're supposed to have documentation from the lawyer's office itself.
Okay, that's what I'm telling you now. The document that you're going to have that said that somebody, that I'm the representative, we can get it. The lawyer is about to send me the link where we can see where our leader signed and said that. That's number one. Number two, I told these lawyers now, just a dossier or something. No, they say a job for. I said a job for one way or the other. You have to honestly come out and let the people know that this is from our leader. You cannot, this is the only way you can just this is for people. So a job for, according to them now, say he's going to do it.
Do you hear what the woman said? That he was pressuring a job for? A job for didn't do it. But after a job for tell Chike Doziem, because as you all know, there's a document here saying that that account was falsified. Only the signatory was falsified. Chike Doziem was aware of all this. Now, in the background, that's why today Jofo cannot say anything attribute to Chike Doziem because all of them was in one accord. They shared our money that we contributed in America. You can hear what the young lady is saying. Very, very important. Because at the end of the day, Chike Doziem did not give it a heading, but Jofo said he was pressuring Jofo to come and say it. Jofo know he cannot come and get involved in IPOB. But now, who are they using? The same Chike Doziem. That is how pathetic it is.
I said he's not going to do this. Oh, actually, I called him. I didn't pick up. I didn't get him on the line. But the most important thing is this: these lawyers in USA, at least, have already said that they're going to send me the link, because I said if anybody want to do it, this is already filed in the Department of Justice. So under IPOB, it's official document. That's where the representative come from, authorized representative come from. And the only reason why that came on board was because a dossier was sitting on, didn't want to do it. So they have to do it. If dossier doesn't want to do it, then this, what do you call it? The lawyers have to do it. But because I'm the authorized representative, they have to give me this information. They have to give me the paper. I have to actually get it as an email where it's actually clear. So I have to I basically take my computer and went to the authorization people, whatever. They printed it out from my computer, from the email. They printed it out so that it will be this thing before I even notarize it. I give my information in the size. That's how it was. Give it to my computer. I went there and just do it, and they put it in words or something like that. It's still there. So I take basically my email, the whole thing, take my phone, my computer, went to the place, and go there and say, this is the information. I saved it. I go there and see this is the one, and they bring it out, they print it out, I gave them my information, and all the things that they asked me for, I did it and notarized it. That's the only way I could have opened an account. Otherwise, I wouldn't have, by now, I wouldn't have opened an account.
Well, okay, at this point, I am stepping down as the National Financial Secretary. I can't do this. I cannot. I can't function like this. I can't. There's way too much going on, and the information that I need, I can't get, which is automatically ends my, which.
You see how kids that were born in a different environment behave. You take your honor and walk with it. Because everybody that listen to this old thief on all the Shinty side makes no sense. She was just one thing. Straightforward thing. If Onyendu, for any reason, gives you any power of attorney, you don't need to resign it. Because that power of attorney is what you need to present in anything you did. To enact it with a lawyer in the US, which they're supposed to have the copy. The lady asks her, our lawyers are not, they're in Delaware, so they're not in Maryland. So how comes it was done in Maryland? And she was talking, you know, the Oluwale, this is our 419ers, cheap for very local ones indeed. To get a name to open an account. In America, opening an account in America is not a difficult thing. America is the only country, if you enter today, you have a bank account. It can't happen here in UK. In UK, it doesn't matter how much money you come. Once you don't live here, for you to open an account in the United Kingdom, it's like going to another space. So, but America, once you bring money in America, Bank of America will open an account. Have an account in America, you know. So it is not a big deal. So if she can concoct anything in America, America want money, you know. So that's what will happen, and our people start paying money to that account. Question is, if Chike Doziem could not give any letter heading for them to go and open an account, so why did Chike Doziem come and announce Umeh account? After this young lady, Honorable, resigned with the information he gave Chike Doziem what Madaboyibo, because at the end, this young lady, after this conversation is what brought those papers he saw now. So that conversation you see now, after this conversation, the lady now made up her mind to put it in writing and send it across to Chike Doziem as a report. But what happened? Chike Doziem for one day have never reacted to this issue. But instead, they destroyed the remaining one in IPOB because they want IPOB to be gone. I want this voice to finish.
Automatically ends my my chapter here in Colorado.
Listen, what information you're looking for?
I told you that they have, my members here have been poisoned. I thought they had been poisoned.
Oh, okay.
And I told you that I had gotten phone calls.
You are trying to prove something.
Yes, I have to bulletproof. I have to bulletproof what I've been doing. It has to be bulletproof. If I'm putting this information out there and they're requesting to have certain information and I don't have that information, that makes me look some kind of way.
No, listen to me, honey.
No, but it do. But it does. But it does, though.
Listen, let me say what I have to say anyway. Honey, if you want to do whatever you want to do, if you want to make any decision, that's okay. But let me tell you the truth, honey. Criminals always make somebody else look like they're criminals. That's their titles all the time. If they are already poisons, of course they will be blinded. They don't want to do. They will always find a thing to make somebody else look like criminals. The bottom line about all this is that our leader is not in a place where we can always reach him. And Nigerian people and some of the bad people we have here know that, and they're taking advantage of that. But one time our leader actually have opportunity to do something, he did something, and with hope that people he kept here. Had he been that information that Ejiofor got, gave it to Edozie, that Edozie did exactly what our leader told him to do. That thing that he told him to do, take the draft, put it in your IPOB letterhead, stamp it as a HOD, sign it, and give it to my people. That this is what I said. That is.
I want to clarify something here. The fact is that Onyendu never signed any power of attorney to any of this individual. Ejiofor concocted this story, right? That is where we start having issues with Chike Edoziem. Then Chike Edoziem was still not sure which way things are going until things more visible. Because Edoziem is one telling them, you know what, Onyendu is not going to make it. Until you tell them, you know what, do what I've asked you to do. Because if this lady is saying that Chike Edoziem could not even approve letterheading of IPO because she understands the implication, then how comes he announced Umeh account? I'll just play this voice here. Because the answer, the question here is about Umeh account. How did Umeh account was opened? Because the former ESM account, this same woman closed it and walked away with the money. All these things is in this document here. It's very, very important. So you see how they roll. Chike Edoziem was a poison. He was not sure about Onyendu's face. But the moment Ejiofor told them, don't worry about our leader is not going to make it alive. Take it to bank. I said it. I'm not, because evidence is here. All the things he's saying here, Chike Edoziem, Onyendu said, it's not today. I won't call it of custody. It's not Onyendu because they know it was not. That's why Chance always says sometimes the lawyers will bring message. We say it's not no because it's lying. So what about the one that was open like Nnamdi Ejiofor? It was from the lawyer's office with letterheading. Can you question that? And Nigerian government is seeing what he wrote. It is in public. Have you acted upon it? The answer is no. Let's finish this audio because I want you to finish before I end this program. This program is specific for this, you know.
I said, but no, he didn't do it. And he got this information for a long time from the lawyer. He still did not do it. Okay? And then,
well, it's you know, at this... I do understand what you're saying, but at this point, it doesn't change my thoughts. It does not change my way of thinking at this point.
And I don't. Another way of doing it to open accounts was done, and now they turn around saying something, and the Ejiofor actually, if they had allowed our Ejiofor to go see our leader yesterday, all these things would have been over if they had done. And do you know what they said they did yesterday? They said that the DSS brought out their computers and saying that our leader is running IPOB from the DSS. It's part of the reason why they don't want our leader. That's what they said.
You know, when I tell people that some people like us that we are here, exactly what happened in 2018, there's no change on the format they are using. The same blackmailing, they blackmailed Onyendu. Do you hear what he's saying? That DSS brought out their computer and saying Onyendu is running IPOB from inside. Who is giving all this information? You know, I don't want to dive into this, but just to you to know, the same thing happened on 2015. We have the same issue. And now the same issue is repeating itself in 2021, 22, 23. For you to understand that people we are dealing with, they are far from reality.
I don't know, because you know people are saying a lot of things these days. I don't know. Okay, but my point is this: This thing that was there, if we had acted the way our leader told us to act, because our leader knows these people very well, all this rubbish will not be happening. So now that this thing has been done, the way that the lawyer said it was done. So right now, listen, I tell the lawyers now, you guys have to find a way to come in the public and clarify this thing and let the people know whether this is what our leader wants or not. You have to find a way to come out and to say it.
Exactly. And until then, I am stepping down and I am done. I don't need this kind of heat on me. I don't. But I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you later.
Fellow comrade and robbers of freedom, and I have to give it to this our young lady. Wherever you are, Latina Peters, you have my respect. I dock my cars for you for standing on the path of truth. Biafrans, you know, Madam Oyibo said that they have to find a way to come and tell our people, which Chikedozie did. Umeh account. The question, all this conversation he had here about Umeh account, I will leave it again for you to listen to Chikedozie when he announced Umeh account. Right? Fellow Biafrans and lovers of freedom, I thank you all for listening. This is an information you need to. Now you start asking questions, fundamental questions about our money. For the last 12 months to 13, 14 months, Chikedozie and his gang of criminals have stifled IPOB finance home and abroad. Even they are threatening people. In Lagos right now, they're threatening people there that they're going to use ESN to attack them. Imagine this kind of voice note going to DSS. Now, when they call you terrorists, what are you going to say? When someone, a principal officer, is referencing ESN to go and attack somebody, a member, because you disagree with them, all these things will have them on audio. Because like I said, I don't come here to say things I cannot prove. Never a time you see me walk up here saying things that I cannot prove. So my fellow comrade, what I'm saying to you this evening is this. As we're going to leave you with this information, what it did to you is entirely up to you. But I had some of them asking questions that the accuser is not accusing the accuser. Very, 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 very important. What has happened in Germany is an eye-opener for so many of you. The reason why I brought this to everybody, we make it available to Biafrans to listen to it and to see the document. The genesis of IPOB financial starvation was orchestrated by Madam Oyibo, and all these things was the plan. This was Nyawodo agenda in 2017 to weaken IPOB within. I can see Chikedozie was resisting some of the things they said, but at the end of it, they said they will find way, which was the way. Chikedozie coming to the web to announce who made accounts to IPOB worldwide. After 747,000 was embezzled, this our young sister resigned and write report now to Chikedozie. The report you see here is what this young lady wrote. All the information she got, she made it available to Chikedozie. This is what transpired between us and Madam Oyibo. Even the right note of no confidence between Madam Oyibo and Nelly. Chikedozie never acted up on all these things. Even Kanu asked him to intervene. He never did anything. But get what? Why is it that Chikedozie have the power and nerve after they have destroyed all the avenue that we are getting money? Now, allow some people now to fall in the west side. Now, people now have the avenue now to be extorting money from gullible IPOB members, courtesy of Chikedozie, because after they shared the 747,000, all of them fell apart. And now they enacted Umeh account. That one couldn't wash as well. Now, everybody now is scavenging. These are scavengers. So I just want you guys to understand that what we have done here tonight is to open your frontal lobe to understand where our problem is coming to. Now, it takes you back to what have happened in Germany. Chikedozie says is the responsibility. Sometimes they say things without knowing it. He said it's the responsibility. And I will thank every single one of you, because at the end of the day, what we have come here to do is to do justice for the evil that these men have committed in IPOB. And having said that, before I go, there's something I want to show you Biafrans here, because, you know, for me, I don't gossip. I always do my own thing in a very open manner. And like I said, I don't hold prejudice to anybody, but I don't hide things I do. Because I said something to Chikedozie openly. Now, Chikedozie have never, for a very long time, he has never come on social media. I think he changed his, what is he called? He put in 30th of May. Now, this is what I wrote to Chike. This is a private message. I said, you couldn't acknowledge those you sent out on 31st of March 2023 in Aba to murder in cold blood. After 15 days, you appear in Radio Biafra. Justice for Aba massacre. Then freeing Mazi Umeh. He never said anything. Not even his media rat will not come after me to say anything because they know that whatever I say, I can back it up. Now, what bothers me again is this riffraffs in IPOB. This is what they have managed to destroy. This guy they call GateKeepers or Haji or whatever the heck his name is. They're giving them 4,000 naira recharge card for them to be ranting. Now, they are soliciting for fund inside IPOB and as IPOB member. If Nasonyendu have given a sound warning, that's why we have a financial head. IPOB does not left his own. Or because they have destroyed IPOB finance. Now, they will put up account because now IPOB have become where they generate. This is IPOB now is their money-making machine. This individual has got nothing to offer to IPOB. What they came to come and take. He asked them, what have you given? That's why they will be coming and getting involved in things they know nothing about. What they told you to go and write, you go and write. Some of them now, there's one they call Ostraman or whatever his name is. I'm going to come out here because I want to say something about these individuals. I'm not mentioning the name. And in his own case is that I want the majority of them to learn something from it. I'm not here to mock anybody, but IPOB is not a charity organization. Because for you to ask for help in IPOB, you should know how much I've contributed since the joined IPOB. I want to say this here. Some people say, oh, they're not working, but you're eating. Even if you live in England here, yeah? If somebody's giving you money to eat every day, you can save one pound. 30 days is 30 pounds. That will pay your monthly dues. If you really honest to yourself, that you are in IPOB that you want to contribute. Like I said, we have to be fair and sincere to ourselves if you want to restore Biafra. I thank you, fellow comrade, for listening to me. And this information shall be made available on our Facebook page for every Biafra to access it and to know where and what this man, the damage these people have cost in IPOB, the amount of money these people have stolen from us. Because at the end of the day, Madamanya was only blockade they had, just like Uchemofo in 2015-16. Madamanya was there as well. But now Madamanya was alone. And that is why we say we defend every office of IPOB. Those that are still standing in that part of IPOB, I don't care who you are. So far as you're serving as a righteous person in IPOB, any injury to one is for all. I'm not here to make friends or make enemy. No. I thank you for listening. And IKECHUKWU continue to protect our leader and guide him until Biafra is restored. I will put Chike Doziem voice for announcing Umeri account just for you guys to know because we don't point fingers. We have our evidence right before we start. Do
the needful accordingly.
Biafra Alpha Power Media International. Biafra Alpha Power Media International.
I wish to make this evening for everyone, and some of them will be just for me to reiterate them, but for us not only to hear them, but to act upon them, to walk as directed. Number one, the instant security network, every form that concerns ESN, every contribution that is made for the purposes of the Eastern Security Network, whether be it in Europe, in Asia, in North America, in South America, in Australia, all of these funds must go to the ESN account in the United States of America. And that account information has been made available to IPOB families worldwide. I wish to repeat that every fund pertaining to ESN worldwide must go without exception to the ESN account opened with the name Umeri, Aroli, and Arodi in the United States of America. Please, Principal Starlands, take note, Financial Officer, take note, and do the needful accordingly.
Biafra Alpha Power Media International.